Hello Mark, how are you today?
Doing very, very well, thank you. A little bit hot.
It is warm in here, but you're persevering with the jacket. That's impressive.
Well, I kind of just part of the look, isn't it? I persevere with everything. When I get outside, I'll be like, strip off and go and lie on my balcony outside of my bedroom. No, I won't, but that's, I have a balcony in my bedroom.
Co-hosting the Sussex Sports Awards, what's it been like?
That's been great. I mean, Danny was fantastic. Danny's very much a professional and working for the BBC, so when it comes to words and reading, he was very, very good. So it was nice just sort of bouncing off him, but more than anything, it was lovely being in the room full of people that have achieved things and given up their time, so from volunteers to clubs to, you know, to the actual sports people themselves, you know, the Sportsman of the Year and Disability Sportsman of the Year, those prizes. So it sort of covered everything, but it's nice because it's sort of from grassroots through to elite sport, and that's what, you know, sport needs that.
Some of being on stage must have been quite hard at times, because I'm hiding behind a camera and was welling up in some people's stories in terms of what they've done. I mean, it's amazing how inspirational some of these people are, isn't it?
No, it's sort of unsung heroes in a sense, because a lot of the time you don't see what goes on behind the scenes. I mean, it's like an athlete in terms of, you know, I say swimming in a minority sport, you only see what happens with me once every 4 years at the Olympics, unless the Worlds or Commonwealths, once a year. But all those sort of unsung heroes and, you know, the time that people have given up and the effects on the lives that they've had, that is very emotional. You know, every county has its own stories, but I think I think Sussex has, you know, done themselves proud.
I'd like to talk a little bit about you yourself as well while we've got you here. I won't keep you too long, obviously, but you went to 5 Olympics. Missed out on one through injury. That must have been gutting.
Yeah, every athlete has highs and lows, and it's sort of how you. Actually, I probably learnt more from my failings than I did my winning. You know, my achievements. And it's one of these weird things that I look at. I think of the word fail, and I think from action I learn, and I think it's the action you take after the setbacks you have. You know, in 2004 in the Olympics, and I didn't go. It was the low point in my career, if you like. It was the start. I had 3 injuries, and that was the first of the injuries. But I learnt more about myself the way that I came back from it. You know, I didn't give up. And I think a lot of the stories here this evening are about people not giving up and going that extra mile to achieve what they achieve. And I think my story is always about being the best that you can be, but never giving up.
Well, it's exactly as you say. I mean, it is all about refusing to fail, isn't it? I mean, some of the people here, you know, come through remarkable adversity just to continue to compete in the sports, and it's lovely to see, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, very much so. And everyone's got their story, and it's always about, you know, I say being the best that you can be. You know, some people go on to be, you know, I wanted to be not Michael Phelps because he was after my era really, but you know, I wanted to be like Duncan Goodhue, Adrian Morehouse. You know, I wanted to be an Olympic champion. I just love sport. You know, and I went on my journey. And everyone's got their own journey, and I went and won World Championships, became world record holder, went to 5 Olympics, but I never achieved my ultimate dream. And everybody's got their own dreams and aspirations, but it's always about being the best that you can be. So whether you swim 1 minute for 100 freestyle or 50 seconds, that's where you are. And then I think it's, you know, everybody's got to remember that. They can only be as good as they can be, and not to compare themselves against everybody else in anything you do, not just sport and life in general. And it's about just concentrating on yourself, and if you can look in the mirror at the end of the day and say, I did everything possible, you know, you can't ask any more of yourself. Don't be one of these people that said, could have, would have, should have, and didn't. Be a person that went, I did.
Fair enough. And well, to be fair, you've inspired me to do something as well after today. I was listening to your speech in there, and one thing you've definitely inspired me to do was to learn how to hold my breath for 21 seconds, because I nearly collapsed when you did that.
Lucky it was only 21 seconds. If my event was 2 minutes, there might have been a lot of people in a lot of trouble. No, but I did. I used to hold my breath. That was my race. That was my race. So I hope, fortunately, my race wasn't any longer, because otherwise I think I and everybody else might have passed out.